Hello everyone, Jonathan Rio here with Simplified Guitar, and in this lesson I want to teach you how to play the song Into the Unknown from Disney's Frozen 2. So now I'll go ahead and play the song for you, and then at the end of the song, after I'm done playing it, I'm going to break it down and kind of explain all the details for you. So make sure to stick around for after the song for that. So now let's go ahead and get started.
I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble, while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. Oh, oh. You're not a voice, you're just a ringing in my ear. And if I heard you, which I don't, I'm spoken for, I fear. Everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls. I'm sorry, secret siren, but I'm blocking out your calls. I've had my adventure, I don't need something new. I'm afraid of what I'm risking if I follow you into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. What do you want? 'Cause you've been keeping me awake. Were you here to distract me so I make a big mistake? Are you someone out there who's a little bit like me, who knows deep down I'm not where I'm meant to be? Every day's a little harder as I feel your power grow. Don't you know there's part of me that longs to go into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. Oh, are you out there? Do you know me? Can you feel me? Can you show me? Oh, 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 Where are you going? Don't leave me alone. How do I follow you into the unknown?
All right, so this song uses 11 different chords. That's a lot of chords for one song. And the reason is because the song is jumping around all over the place in different keys. So we have a D minor chord, we have the G, we have an F over C, which is a great F alternative to the traditional way to play an F, which could either be like this or like this. You can play either one of those Fs and it would be fine. But this F over C is nice because first, you don't have to bar anything. Secondly, it fits nice with C, and right now we're in the key of C. And so it fits, makes a nice easy transition to C or from C. And so we're going to go from F to C, so that F over C is a nice chord to use there. And you'll notice throughout the song that I play two different versions of the G. Okay, I play G like this, and I play G like this. It really doesn't matter which G you use, it's the same thing. The only difference is this G, I'm adding the third finger on the third fret of the B string, okay? But really, the only reason I'm using two different Gs is for transition's sake. You can transition faster to this to this G when you're coming from C, okay? So if I'm on C and I need to go to G, I'm going to use this G because I can get there quick, okay? I'm not going to do this and go to this G because it's such a huge change in position and shape of my hand. So I'm going to go to the easiest transition chord, okay? And so that's why you'll see me use both versions of the G, because it just depends on what's around the G as to which one I'm going to be using. And then we have an A7 thrown in there, which is just like an A major, but I'm using my second and third finger to press down on the second frets of the D and the B string. And then we have a B minor bar chord. Now remember, for all the bar chords that you need to play, make sure to press on the sweet spot of the fret, which is going to be 3/4 of the way up the fret, not halfway in the middle, definitely not below, but 3/4 of the way up, almost on that metal bar, but just below it, okay? That's where you want to press to get the cleanest sound with the least amount of pressure. And also with the bar chord, you want to make sure to press to kind of tilt your finger, okay? So if this is my finger I'm barring with, I want to tilt it a little bit because the side of my finger is harder than the pad of my finger. So I'm going to be able to press better with the side of my finger. So that's why I'm going to be leaning it, kind of pushing it to the side like that as I'm doing my bar chord, because it's going to help me get that clean sound. Okay, then we also have an E minor chord. We have the A major. And then in that bridge, halfway through the bridge, we're jumping keys. We're jumping to the key of E. And so what I'm doing there is I'm going to be transitioning to a group of power chords, which you can find in my chord family cheat sheet in the 3-step guide up there. These power chords are great alternatives to the chords that are usually in the E chord family. So the E chord family is notorious for being full of bar chords, but you can use power chords in place of them to make it easier to play. So for the B, instead of playing the traditional B bar chord, which is a very difficult bar chord to play, we can play a B suspended, okay, which is like this. So in that bridge halfway through, I'm transitioning from that B suspended to an E major, and we're doing that back and forth 2 times. And then we get into the outro, which is a absolute mess. It's a jumble of crazy chords, but if we go to, we need to go to C sharp minor, which is part of the E chord family, and that's fine. But then from there, we jump to a C major. So we're going from C sharp minor to C major, okay? And then we're going from C major to C minor, which is here. Okay, so it's a very weird progression there, from C sharp minor to C major to C minor. And then from there, we're going to end on B. And we can't end with B suspended because it doesn't sound right. It's not, the B suspended is not a full chord. We're not playing all the right notes in that chord. We have these open notes at the bottom. And it fits nicely when you're playing in the key of E, right? But if you're not in the key of E, then you can't use that B suspended. And now we just changed keys again, so we can't play with a B suspended this time. So we're going from that C minor, we need to go to a normal B chord for that transition to sound right. Now we could go here to this B, but to me it sounds better if we go higher and we play the B up here, because this is the last chord that we're playing. We're going to be ending the song on this. So it sounds nicer if we keep going up. We're going from C to C minor, and then we keep going up to B, okay? And we end up here. And that's just a personal preference. And plus, I think this bar chord is easier to play than the B bar chord way down here. Now the strum pattern we're going to be using is a 4-beat strum pattern. And that means that this song is in 4/4 time. And so we're going to be playing a pattern that repeats every 4 beats, okay? And now what we're going to be doing is for the first 2 beats, for beat 1 and 2, we're strumming down, okay? 1, 2, and then we're going to strum up after beat 2. So anytime we strum up, it needs to come between beats, okay? When you strum down, it's on beats. When you strum up, it's between beats. Now this strum pattern can be a little bit complicated because we are excluding some down strums. We are excluding the down strum on beat 3, okay? So when we get to beat 3, our hand is moving down, but we're not touching the strings, okay? So if I were to exclude or scratch all the up strums and just did the down strums for this strum pattern, this is what it would be. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see, for beat 3, I'm still moving my hand down. I'm just not letting the pick touch the strings. Now we need to add in the right up strums in between all of that. And we're actually going to have an up strum between every beat except for between beats 1 and 2. So after beat 1 is the only time we're not going to strum up. Every other time we're going to be strumming up. Okay, so if I were to play that slowly with the up strums and the down strums together, it would sound like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 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 1. Okay, so I'm just going to hold a G chord and play that strum pattern again slowly for you so you can hear what it would sound like. Again, I understand that that pattern can be a little complicated, especially if you are struggling with strumming in general. If you are, and these chords are also throwing you for a loop, remember, don't forget to get the free 3-step guide. That's going to be a better place for you to start. If you're really struggling with this, start there, and that's going to help you to get some songs under your belt, some songs that are a little bit easier to play and that don't use bar chords and that use strum patterns that are easier and less complicated. And that'll help you to get those songs under your belt. And then as you begin to wrap your mind around the concept of strumming and rhythm, then you can begin to try to tackle something a little bit more complicated. But again, if you already have some of those skills under your belt, this is a great challenge to pick up and try to play this one. All right, if you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next lesson. Take care.